Hey traders, Nick here, looking at QuantumScape. Well, one more time. I think the last time I did a video was a while back. It was in January. The stock price was just above 50, I think. So I'm going to say somewhere up here. And I wasn't too complimentary about it. Back then, I said there were a few red flags. I wasn't like hating the company. I wasn't short or anything. I was just helping price action. I didn't provide advice, but I said if they lose, I forgot the level I said, 40 something, 45, 47, I forgot what it was. I said they could go into the 30s. I was trying to be nice. It was well below the 30 that I thought it would go to, but and I said, you're going to throw tomatoes at me in the comments. I don't remember. I don't think they were nasty in the comments. I don't remember that. But in any case, so now what? The point I'm bringing this up, not that to toot my horn that, yeah, I was right, is because I followed the charts and some common sense. And it led me to give direction that actually played out. Yes, it has had rallies and pits, and that's the point I'm making today. So if I'm benefiting from this rally, this is where I exit or lock my profits using options. So I understand on investing for the super long term, but this company's future hinges on them. It's binary. They can either do it or they can't do it, and I bet you they can't do it. That's my opinion. I'm not a Wall Street guy. I started out as an electrical engineer, and I'm not an expert in batteries. But what I've read about the current technology, what they're trying to do is awesome. We need it, because if we are going to have an EV market to replace completely the internal combustion engine, we cannot do it with current battery technology. They're trying to change it to not have liquid separating the two cathodes and anodes. So what I think they're going to end up having is to look at other than the EV market, because solid state battery for the EV application is not looking good so far. It may work on small loads in a controlled environment, but if you put it in application of an EV that is a heavy load, and it could be in cold climates and hot climates, wet, dry, it's going to be a mess. So here's my direction from the stock price action. Great bounce off of a solid bottom. So that's step number one, establish a solid floor. Making progress, breaking out from 29 and change is a technical breakout that could get to 40. But now it's at prior levels that have failed miserably in June twice. And today's candle is above those levels. But if you look further left, the whole zone acted like a ledge. So look at this here. This looks like a head and shoulder, whatever it is. It was a neckline that they lost emphatically. They came back and tried to take it back out. That's the 40 line. They lost it miserably, and they never got close to it again. They established a similar wall lower, somewhere around where they are right now. Almost exactly where they are right now. Yes, today's high was above that, but what I'm saying is every level above here that they tried to hold in the past is going to be a problem. Now, what they have going for them is the breakout that started lower. They also have the time has passed, so even though it's not all-time highs, it's like open air where the wounds are maybe too old for machines to pay attention to too wildly. But I would think that if I was stuck here and this was a pop, like today, I was stuck in Sava, and Sava popped, whatever, 50% on some BS news to offset the BS news it had before. I took the gift. So I went from red to slightly green, even though I thought it could rally some more. I was like, thank you very much. You can rally without me. I got my money back. So people stuck up here might say the same as they approach. So from here, this is not an obvious entry point. That would be my first inclination. If my brother comes to me and said, hey, I need to look into this company, I would explain to him the challenges that they have technically and the fact that he may have missed the easy run. It just rallied, whatever that is, 40%. So he may have missed the easy run. From here, every line is going to be a struggle, starting with 40. And then again at starting with current level, which whatever it is, 34, let's say, 33, 34. And the range is so wide that it's hard to get slice, accurate. 40 is a nice round number, and it does translate nicely with left. So I would pay attention to 40. And visually, I would think the 44 level would also matter. Above that would be where I did the video last, which was 51-ish. So trust the charts. Trust your homework. If you believe in the tech, then own the shares forever. I wouldn't add to them. I would book some profits along the way because it is a binary event, a binary outcome. They should focus on, try to shift the attention, people's attention, Wall Street's attention to other applications than EVs. Maybe they have. I missed it. Everything I read and hear about it, how they're going to do it or not do it in the EV market. So maybe management needs to do a better job, if indeed they are pursuing other venues, to focus on that. So my focus is 100% on the EV, and that's because of what I'm reading. I'm not doing heavy research. I'm not an expert in the field. I know how to read charts. I'm pretty darn good at that. If you're in the chat room, you would know. Oh, by the way, if you don't already subscribe to this channel, please do so. It's free for now. And put the alert so I can so you know when I release them. I just did a video that had good reviews on what to expect from the Fed. I laid it out like penny to penny and minute to minute, and it played out exactly what I thought it would. And everybody that followed me in the chat room with my direction benefited from a massive win in the small caps because we expected the pop to come anyway on the Fed event because we were ready. So follow. The idea here is the same. Nothing has changed. Sentiment on the stock has changed. I don't think they have had breakthrough technology. Okay, so they reported earnings. So maybe loss shrinks. They have sales. Let me see here. They don't have sales. So they're spending less money. Is that a good thing when you're trying to create something? I don't think it's a good thing. So why are they spending less money? So anyway, that's besides the point. They don't have metrics to. So it's leap of faith. So when it is a leap of faith, here's a rule that applies regardless of the stock. I assign a dollar amount that I'm willing to risk, and I don't change it. So let's say I determine that $1,000 is appropriate for a bet on this one. Fictitious number, I'm making it up. Then if I want to, quote, add, I shouldn't use all 1,000 at once. I should use half, leaving room to add. Instead of taking the 1,000 and then it drops and then I add to my risk. I think that's inappropriate behavior because it's not Apple, where if it falls, then you can recalculate. Okay, now it makes better sense. Now I can average down. You can average down to zero in a company that doesn't have an income. And how is that good? It's not. Friends of mine did it in the 2000s. They chased a company that would have been great now called Webvan. Can you imagine grocery deliveries from the internet? What a bad idea, right? So everybody does it now, but back then nobody did it. They were trying to do it. They had a great idea. They just couldn't do it in time, and boop, gone. So they averaged down. My best friend from childhood averaged down, lost a bundle, down to zero. So QuantumScape, not an insult to the company. They just have a tall order to apply it to an EV, in my humble opinion. And of course, I'm not an expert. I keep saying that. So do your own homework, get your own experts on the payroll. Meanwhile, the charts don't lie, and the charts are managed by machines, by the way, not people or opinions. So they will act based on what happened in prior history. If you don't believe me, why did this fail exactly at the same level as this one? And let me see, and exactly at the bounce level from this one and that one. So prior action matters to forward action from machines because they don't have emotions. They look left, they look at the data and determine, okay, this was a fail. We'll continue to fail it until we get the urge to pop over it. All right, signing out.